It is 1 in the morning, like an hour after our last update, and apparently they did have an accessible room. Alright guys, it's the moment of truth. We're finally ready to begin our first Disney World vacation together. And I'm so happy you guys get to join us. Just now, Jane is going to swap both of their cars, and we're going to start this off by, I'll show you how I put hand controls onto my own car. I just took them off my car, getting ready to put onto the rental car for our drive to Florida. It's like 7 o'clock at night right now. I'm gonna drive through the night because I don't have to worry about the sun. Then I'm gonna get up in the morning and sleep the last couple hours while Jane finishes off the drive. So we'll see how this goes. All right guys, here we are inside the rental car, ready to begin putting on the hand controls. So just to make things easy for you guys, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put on the steering knob. I have the wheel turned up upside down right now, so you can see what I'm working on a little bit better. Actually, let's give it another crank this way. There we go. Okay, because I like mine on the bottom, because then I can rest my hand on my knee when I'm long driving on the highway. It just makes things easier than holding it up here the whole time. Because American cars, and I use temporary hand controls for right now, so that means the controls are on the left, which you'll see in a minute. So, to start this off, we have our pieces of our hand controls right here for our spinner knob. I'm gonna take you can see I'm taking the bolt, or the nut off the bottom. There's just one big long bolt that runs through here, and that's how it stays on. My hand controls came with a much worse steering knob, and one of the first day of driving with it, I found a store and they replaced it because it was just not cutting it for me. It was slipping around, it was turning, it was difficult to use. Not what you want, right? You want a sturdy grip on the steering wheel, just like everyone else has. I just put it on upside down of how I like it. Silly me. Okay. Go. Get that in. Okay, so when you start out, it's gonna be like this on the wheel. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Bring it in a little. There we go. I'm gonna put my face next to it so it focuses this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bolt. This bolt here. Is the camera gonna focus? Nope. Okay, and a lock washer, which are those little washers where it's not an even plane. I'm gonna put it on the back, lock washer first, and then the nut. And then I'm going to, I learned it was easier, so here I have an Allen screwdriver. And I found that it was easier rather than trying to use a wrench in back to get the nut threaded, because you get that compression washer, you get the squish at the same time. It's easier I said, I dropped it, 1 sec. It's easier for me to compress with my backhand holding the washer still. Alright, so see if you can see it's clamping down, so we got that threaded. I'm just gonna hold it and screw it in till it gets to the point where it starts to compress. Okay. Now that we're here, you can see that this isn't spinning freely. We want it to spin. So we're gonna go down here and we're just gonna take these pliers and carefully, just slightly loosen the second nut right here. Oops. Let me have that tighten. need to have that held down. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna let this spin because it releases pressure. So now that we got that done, we might have to do it again. I loosened it a little extra. Let me go over here. I'm gonna take our socket wrench. Mine's a number 15. A lot of them are number 15s because they're made for truckers generally when you get cheaper ones. And that's what they have around. And yes, I know there's a non-metric equivalent to 15, but it's just easier that way. All right, so now you can see this. Well, if the car's running, freely spin the wheel and you can hear it spin. Okay, so now I just hold the knob and I put this little cap back on. And there we go. All right, so we're ready to go and start installing the actual hand control pedals here. I'll start with the brake pedal first because that one's more complicated. So you come down here. As you can see, I'll show you first. We got this little clasp and chain that hangs from it. I removed the chain. Oops, where'd that washer go? Right here. I removed that chain from this linkage here. Go ahead and clap it around the brake pedal. I always put it a little towards the edge because the brake one is a lot safer than the accelerator pedal because it's not going to fall off no matter what because it's got this chain. So I just put it at the edge so that other people can drive the car a lot easier and get their foot on there. Alright, so once it's on here, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put this other washer over this peg. Oh my god, okay, over this peg. And then we're going to set both these up on here. Get that going, and then we're just going to tighten this down for forever. Okay, that one's on. Not tight yet, but we're gonna do this one first because otherwise that's gonna happen before we tighten both. All right, get the lock washer on here. All right, get this threaded, and then it won't explode anymore. There we go, that one went a lot smoother. Now we have this on. Try to see if I can move it to clear up as much of the pedal as possible so that Jane can also drive. And then just because there's all of that Florida rain and wet feet, I'm gonna take these little rubber doodads, and this camera does not love focusing a lot when you move. Put them down over these screws. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take the other pedal, right over here. This one I didn't have to fully take apart because it doesn't have that chain, so you can see it's still a Bishop from my car, and it's a little bent. They don't come bent, but they end up bent because the back of your accelerator pedal is shaped very different than the back of your brake pedal. Fun facts. Alright, here we go. So, that section's done. Alright, so we're back in here now. If you can see, right here are the ends to those two rods we connected a minute ago. And here is the other end. So we're gonna do, we're gonna take this. I was really hoping that I could get this set up for my right hand, but unfortunately, with American cars, this is not really doable. I'm just gonna move it down until it feels like it's about in the right spot. Which for me is probably around here. We'll see though, it might be a little different on this car. Here we go. So now we can move both these down together. Make sure we get full range in the pedals here. My accelerator and my brake. Okay. This looks like about the right spot. We want to see, so what I'm checking for, just so you can see this handle down here, and making sure it has clearance so that it won't bump the wheel when I pull it all the way back. That's important because especially when you're accelerating, you can kind of do this claw grip with both and hold both the wheel and the pedal at the same time if you need to like grab a drink or something like that. In case you're wondering how to do that, that's how. Alright, now bring this strap over. I want to see how similarly size my car is to this car. Really, the strap totally has a Mickey Mouse logo on it, which is hilarious because it's not made by Disney, but you know, welcome to products from China. I love these. I don't know, I just like the fact that they're orange, because orange is my favorite color. And on my chair, and all the other ones are black. I just don't like all the black that is on everything you have when you're disabled, so I try to avoid it. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the strap up. Alright. And there we go. All set. We are now ready to roll. So I'm just gonna pack up these tools and I'll see you guys on the road. Hello, good morning everyone. And welcome to, I think, just south of Dalton, Georgia. It's morning. The weather is, for me, absolutely perfect. It's in the 50s, it's cloudy, which I know is not anyone else's favorite weather, but for me, the sun is just completely gone, so I feel so free. There's so few moments in life where I just get to be outside without a coat, and it is perfect and amazing. I could not be more excited. It's been a little interesting hanging out at this rest stop as a queer girl in Georgia, but hey, no one knows, so it's fine. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. I know we certainly are. I drove most of the night, and then I woke Jane up as I started to get all foggy-eyed at like 6 in the morning. So she took over, and I'm pretty sure it's like 8 a.m. Yeah, it's like 8:30 a.m. So she drove for like 2 hours, I took a power nap, and I'm good. We're gonna go to bed early tonight, so I'm excited. Well, hopefully in a minute we're gonna hop back in the car and keep on going.
Hi!
Hi!
I think I just smacked you in the face.
You did, and I love you anyway. We are finally almost done with Georgia, and then we decided to stop at this rest stop, and I remember coming here as a kid, which is weird because I don't remember stuff like that very often, but that's okay. And we turned around and we're like, why is there this sign that says no wheelchairs over here? I'll show you guys. It's hilarious. Right over there. And we were like, whoa, what the heck, guys? And then I was like, oh wait, it's because there's all those picnic tables over there. And if you look, boop-a-doop-a-doo, over here in the distance, let's see, does this let me zoom in? Wait, yes it does, because I have a camera lens. The way you can see over there, they have a special wheelchair accessible table. So it's pretty cool. Very different than our initial bias. So thank you, Georgia.
Originally, we just thought there just were no wheelchairs allowed in that part of the parking lot. So that kind of sucked. But they proved us wrong.
They did. Definitely proved us wrong. Go Georgia. We also proved other childhood memories wrong. Like me remembering Zaxby as being like this really good and magical place when in reality it's just kind of like sad and dried out chicken, and I don't know why I loved it when I was like 8 and lived in South Carolina, but I think it's just because there's not a lot of good food to eat when you live in South Carolina. So
there's probably people in South Carolina watching this that...
Well, okay, to be fair, when I lived in Greenville, A, this was a long time ago. B, I had like shitty family who didn't like real food. C, there was a really good Greek restaurant and it had amazing corn chowder, and I do remember that from living in Greenville. That food was good. But like, there's just a very limited cuisine option or great barbecue choices. But like, you run out of your patience for that eventually. But thank you for the call out there. But yeah, I'm excited. We're only 4 hours out. We've stopped a lot because like, you know, things, which has been fun. I don't know, we've needed to eat a couple times.
I don't actually feel like we stopped that much. We've stopped
longer, mostly because like my tummy's been icky.
Yeah, we've stopped like 4 times, but for longer stops,
this
not like 10-minute stops.
It's true, yeah. We've like, well, and to be fair, like some of them have like turned into like longer stops because of like various misadventures, like Ohio, where we learned that the good place is right and that Cincinnati is truly the medium place, where we went to a gas station with very cheap gas and then it actually wasn't open, but on the way there we saw another gas station that was open with gas at the same prices, so we went to that one, and then that one was fine, but what do you know, their bathroom was broken, so then we went to another gas station, and then, so we had to like go to 3 gas stations. We finally found one to pee in, and then the people in there just kind of like didn't talk, but then like the bathroom turned out to be like, it was obviously just a really crappy bathroom, but then they like repainted it and put these like actual paintings, not like prints, actual paintings in the bathroom stall. Because that's what Cincinnati needed. And then outside there was this like brick wall, and it was like, okay, kind of awkward and janky looking, but there'd been a hole smashed into it, like just like a car-sized hole smashed into this brick wall, and on the other side was this like really beautiful person's manicured yard with like all this pretty lighting in it, and we're like, well, this truly is the medium place.
I slept through all of this, so I don't even remember any of these stories.
But it was fun. Yeah.
I'm glad you had fun.
I've had a great drive.
I had a good nap.
Yeah, you slept like 9 hours last night.
Yeah, probably 9 hours.
I slept like 2.5, but I'm good.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you don't agree to fly.
I know. Because I hate flying. Okay, I love flying. I hate the TSA. But this is so much better. We get to... Plus, like, there's so much natural beauty up in the mountains.
That part I really enjoy.
And, like, I'm really glad to see that as an adult, I still appreciate it just as much as I did as a kid. And, like, I'm really happy to know I wasn't jaded by that. I also keep having these really hilarious memories this whole time. Like, when I was a kid, my brother really wanted to stay at, like, the Round Hotel right across the bridge from Cincinnati in Kentucky. It's Kentucky, right?
Yes, Kentucky.
And I think he just like really wanted to stay in a Round Hotel like that, and of course there was like no reason why like my parents would randomly ever stop in Kentucky, especially when it's in the middle of the drive. Well, they're not even in the middle, like a third of the way in.
Yeah.
And so like that's never gonna happen. So they told my brother and I when we were kids that it was the only Round Hotel in the world, which I've learned as an adult is definitely not true. There are a bunch of them, but like none of them are in any place where like we ever would have stayed. And so it was just a very effective lie to tell my brother, but like I believed it to this day. So I've been learning new things this whole way. There's also this statue leaving Cincinnati that looks like, can I say vulva on YouTube?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Let's find out. Can I say vulva, YouTube? We'll find out. Looks like a giant vulva. It's like a big arch, but like it's not like, you know, Arc de Triomphe where it's like, you know, square. It's like arch, and then you're like, okay, yep, that's So yeah, Ohio knows how to make, or I guess Kentucky at that point knows how to make monuments. But yeah, cool. We're gonna go pee and continue on our way, and hopefully we will see you in Florida.
I'm so excited!
Yeah. Alright, here we are for the first time at Universal Studios to get Jean some secret butterbeer.
That here is some cinema.
Alright, we're here at Universal Studios City Walk in Florida. Finally, after 21 hours in a car and 19 hours of being awake in a car, for me at least. It's been an adventure. Jane is currently in Universal Studios proper. I think I've never actually been here before to pick up a butterbeer with her annual pass because it expires in a month and she wants some more before it's gone, so I can experience it for the first time. Afterwards, we're going to go over here to the Chocolate Emporium for dinner, and I'm very excited to figure out what it holds. It is very loud and very crowded here and a little overwhelming, but I think we're going to have a good time. Now, if there's two things I have learned so far from my, I think, 20-minute experience with Universal Studios is that A, Universal Studios City Walk is basically synonymous with human river, and B, it's that this is definitely far outside my magical Disney PTSD bubble of everything is comfortable and everything is fine. There's lots of cool stuff, like this magical rainbow, which I definitely love. I love it spinning around down there. That was quite an adventure. But it's also a little overwhelming, like, not gonna lie. Like, I know Disney gets overwhelming too, but like, this is, I think, a whole new level for me. I mean, I also only go when crowds are low, but I think part of it's just how dense these spaces are. Also, like, not very wheelchair friendly. If you look at the ground, everything is super uneven, everything's a hill. We're always braking with one hand, accelerating with the other, but you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, I am excited to see how the rest of the evening goes, and also to get to Disney Springs after this and re-enter my Disney bubble. After that, we're getting a hotel off property because we actually weren't originally planning to get here tonight. We were planning to get here tomorrow afternoon, but we decided, hey, why not leave early? And turns out we got a free hotel with points. Go Hilton points, I guess? I don't know. So then we're gonna go and begin our stay at Pop Century the next morning. So I'm excited. And someone just threw beads into a tree. Like, I don't know if you can see those up there, but like, just beads in the tree. I don't know. Seems kind of rude to me, but who knows? It's chaos. This place is chaos, and I can see how it's a lovable chaos for a lot of people, but it's definitely overwhelming. Here we are in front of Universal Studios where Jane has a season pass and I do not come in frame. There we go. she has gone bravely through the Mardi Gras parade, which to me sounds really fun, and to her sounds miserable. All the way to fetch 2 butter beers, a frozen one and a normal one, I believe, right?
Yes.
All the way from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and this one was Hogsmeade?
Yes.
Hogsmeade. I've never been here, and I know that somehow. How? I don't know. So I'm about to try them for the first time.
Alright. I had a couple sips of this on the way because I didn't want it to spill.
Okay. So this one's the frozen one?
That's the regular, I think.
Okay. Okay, so I don't know why people are like, it's 10,000, it's butterscotch and vanilla, guys.
No, there's more in it.
I went to culinary school. This is butterscotch and vanilla soda. Like, this is cream soda with a little bit of butterscotch flavoring. Like, it's good, and it's a good flavoring. The foam on top adds a little more flavor. Let's see if I can taste that. It's just extra butterscotch. It's just, I mean, there's a lot of ingredients that would go into like synthesizing butterscotch, but that doesn't mean that like this is a complicated flavor. It's good. I love butterscotch, I love vanilla, but it's butterscotch and cream soda. Alright, frozen one, which is presumably the same flavor, but I'm excited. Should I drink it through the straw?
Yeah, try it through the straw.
Okay. Okay, so as you can see why you like this one better. It's a lot sweeter. It's much more intense on this cream soda flavor. Let's have that undertone of butterscotch. But it's butterscotch and cream soda, guys. I'm sorry. It's okay, because we're gonna go to my world soon. We're gonna try the blue milk and the green milk together, which supposedly tastes like Fruity Pebbles and something else bizarre. So I'm excited to dig on that too, because why not? But this is, I love cream soda. It's pretty good.
It's really good.
It's just a 1.5 mile block cream soda.
I got some extra stars in.
So how much are these? Just like
$8.
$8 each, or?
Yeah.
This is $8.
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that, comments are a little bit less friendly. Guys, just get butterscotch syrup or make butterscotch syrup. It's not that hard. Get cream soda, like a nice real sugar kind, mix it together. You're gonna get close enough. Promise. It's gonna be fine.
I like this better.
That one's good. The slushy is better. But I'm not gonna complain about cream soda that my girlfriend brings me for free. I love you.
I love you too.
So we decided not to take you guys to Disney Springs with us because it was dark and this camera is not the best in the dark. And also we just wanted some alone time. We had a lot of stuff to get done. We had to go and get our Rat Magic bands replaced because ours didn't come in the mail soon enough, which was fine. They went ahead and replaced them with really nice new ones. Go guest services, they're always super amazing. We had taco cones at the taco food truck. I was very excited. And we got my Captain Crunch ice cream, had a great night, super fun, way better than we were having over at City Walk. And then, so technically we were gonna only travel down to Florida tomorrow morning, so we ended up buying a hotel night with points outside of Disney, and this is why I hate leaving the Disney bubble. So this is the hotel's accessible room. There's like furniture everywhere. It's like super disorganized. And then the bathroom. First off, look at this sink. Like, just how is this an accessible sink? And then
You can't get in there.
you can't even get in there. And then there's this stupid wedge in the floor. And then in here, look at this bathroom. There's no grab bars at all near the toilet. Like, what is that, right? And then in the shower, there's a single grab bar right there. Nothing to sit on, nothing to do, and there's not even an accessible shower head up there. So Jane calls down to the front desk, right? And she's like, oh, well, you know, I thought you said this is your accessible room. And she's like, woman's like, well, maybe. And we're like, so you're required to have an accessible room available for people who like are wheelchair users. Like, that's the thing. And they're like, well, you know, this is all we have in terms of rooms right now. So we're like, okay, well, will you give us at least a shower chair so like we can use it to like transfer around the bathroom and do stuff that way? Because otherwise, like, how is this gonna work? And they're like, oh, well, housekeeping can maybe find that in the morning. And we're like, we're leaving in the morning. Like, this is a one-night reservation. And so she's like, okay, we'll go look maybe. So who knows if that's gonna show up. But that's certainly a way to leave the end of the night. It's funny because earlier today, Jane was like, I mean, are there really that many reasons to like not stay outside the Disney bubble to save money? And I'm like, experience one right here.
We left the Disney bubble and people started talking in one-word sentences. It was the worst.
Yeah. No more no strings coupons there, huh?
Yeah, I really enjoyed my new $30 Magic Band. And I have one still waiting at home.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna show it off because it's really pretty. She picked out this. It's from the new like Minnie Mouse main attraction stuff. It's got Minnie and a bunch of polka dots. I'm trying to bring it into focus here. Silly manual focus. Alright. And then I got this super gay Pride one. I was torn between this and the Wind in the Willows one because that's like one of my favorite Disney films. But and like it's also like emerald green, which is one of my favorite colors that I don't have a magic band of. But you know, I like was like I can't not get the Pride one, especially because my most recent Pride bracelet broke. So it was meant to be. It was meant to be. So we're gonna go and try to figure out how to use this bathroom, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for our first day at Disney. Good night, guys.
Night.
Alright, final update. It is 1 in the morning, like an hour after our last update, and apparently I like did have an accessible room. We asked for a shower chair because, you know, we're like, okay, well, can we at least like use it to like transfer around in the bathrooms, that maybe, you know, I have a chance of like going pee and standing up again, and, you know, getting in and out of the shower. There was only a shower head on the ceiling. It was horrible. And she was like, oh, maybe. I'm pretty sure she just wandered around every room in the hotel that for some reason the hotel had designated accessible, even though, like, I don't know what in that room was supposed to be accessible, but that's whatever. Different day, different problem. Until she found one. She calls us and she's like, oh, well, you know, housekeeping won't be here till 8 to find you a shower chair, and so probably by 9. And we're like, well, we're gonna be checked out by then, so not helpful. She's like, but I did find a room with like a lot more bars. And we're like, okay, so okay, I'm not gonna move. You're on the table. I'm just gonna turn you. So as you can see, there's actually bars. Come on, camera, you can do this. There we go. Actually, bars in the shower and by the toilet, which is a lot better than we were doing before. So, little victories, very little victories. I'm gonna go to bed and get up in 5 hours. So I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful night for like